Good morning, everyone. This is Biz Chicks TV. This is the place where you can find tips and tools to help you do business better. We're here to help you run a profitable business that's fun to run and to take the hassle out of your hustle. And today is coffee, tea, thoughts, and conversations. Hey, sit back, relax, let's hydrate. I want to introduce my partner, Miss Francine Gregory, real estate entrepreneur and tech diva. I'm Terralina from California Cover Ups. And today we're joined by Coach Karen Fern, all the way from Toronto, Canada. And we are here to just have some stimulating conversations about you and business. Okay, so let's get started. How you doing, ladies?
Oh,
Hey, how are
great.
you?
How are you?
Hey,
All is
uh,
well.
yeah, and we got Cryptomaniac over on Periscope. Welcome, welcome. Uh, you know, I don't know why I was on one of those. It wasn't a rant. It was just a thought. The
Hmm.
way we were. You know the song "Memories," watercolor memories. I'm not
Yes,
saying of the way we were.
yes,
People get stuck in the way we were.
yes.
Hmm.
This song. They just in the meantime, life is just rolling.
Uh-huh.
Rolling along, right? Yeah. I interviewed a guest on Friday about comfort zone, and that was our
Ah.
topic. Leaving your comfort zone. Why you're
Mhm.
in there? What are you doing here and there? And that's part of it. We feel comfortable and cozy. Give us the covers, and we just want to.
I was watching a movie. Somebody called it your safe place. Go to your safe place.
Hmm.
So, comfortable, cozy. They
Yes,
they would envision themselves
yes.
probably in a fetal position somewhere in a bed. The covers over there. Just on a
And
safe
it's
place.
raining here, so it's just conducive to that right now.
Mm, mm,
Because you have to get out of the house, right?
mm.
Even if it's cold. Hey Donna, it's cold outside. The wind okay, the what is it? The season has changed.
Mhm. The
You're gonna
season
put
has
on more
changed.
clothing now, depending on what area you're living in. If you're living near the equator, this is not for you. But if you are up north of the equator or
Uh-huh.
Antarctica or somewhere, you're putting on extra clothes. The
Yeah,
season
Mhm.
has shifted.
yeah. Can you imagine if you're in Alaska? Yeah, my
Mhm.
husband used to watch a program with. It was a Chinese woman with a white husband, and they live in Alaska, and the
Uh-huh.
kids. And I think it was just fascinating to see what the children has to do and how far. Like you need to take a plane to get your groceries, for instance, where they were.
Ooh. Okay.
When the plane land, you're getting all your groceries. You better get everything you can. They own the shop. And so, when people come, they're buying things by the bag load because if a storm happened, nobody's coming. Nobody's, you can't fly. You can't.
Yes, so Donna says, yeah, I part-time pet sit and was going to walk to my job this morning, but it was 37, so she drove a half a mile.
Yeah, 37 degrees. It's getting pretty close to freezing.
It got close to freezing around here, where
Mhm.
I don't know, we were like at 33 last week. We're
Mhm.
like, wait a minute, this is not supposed to be 33 degrees right now. But we still have to get up. We still have to put things in motion, even though it was not the way it was. In fall, we still are kind of la la la, you
Yes.
know, working our way to winter.
And
It
it,
is like now winter is here.
mhm.
Yes. Yes.
Enjoying Indian
Yes.
summer. Hmm.
I know I came out of bed this morning saying, boy, I should just take the day off. I should really just lie. This was my thought this morning. No lie. I just wanted to go back to bed and do nothing. I just
Mm.
call out the lies and went and I just get dressed. I get dressed in my workout clothes as soon as I finish my washroom duties because that way I don't have to question if I'm going to do it or not.
Okay. And that's kind of how I do with working out. I made a commitment that I'm going to walk every day. Okay, so the gym shoes or whatever, like right where
Yes.
you get up, put them on, go push play on the thing, start walking.
Yes.
Because if you start fiddling, Terry calls it piddling. You start piddling, and you now are playing with oh, I need to check this email, or I need to put this in the dishwasher. Oh, I need to put the clothes in the. You are not going for a walk.
You're not going to do anything. It has to be washroom, brush teeth, water, if that's what you do, and you're at it. When you finish that, then you do anything. I even, it is so funny because it's so easy. And I understand why people fall into the trap, because your body, your mind will tell you it is okay to do the opposite of what we're talking about.
Well, it tells you, it only takes a minute. It only takes a minute to put these clothes in the washer. It only takes a minute to pick that up off the floor. It only takes a minute to straighten out this. You know what I'm saying? And the next thing you know, there's several minutes, several assignments. And now you don't feel like doing the main thing.
I wasn't even your assignments. Like, leave it alone.
Because that was not the assignment for the day, or at least for that time frame. That wasn't the assignment.
Yeah.
And so the way we're talking about, nostalgia, and basically it was another word for change. It's change, the only thing that is going to remain constant.
I have to change. Come on.
Yeah, we are used to working our phone a certain way. I have an iPhone 6, and so I don't know why I have to now swipe up and do stuff. Where's the button? I get that a lot of people. I just like the button, but they're phasing out iPhone 6. They are not going to be supporting it anymore.
Morning, Bruce.
Looking for the button. That is going to go away. And
just you don't want to. I think one of the big things that flashed in my mind this morning, I don't know why, but this thought was prevalent on me from the time I woke up, and it just stayed with me. It keeps saying, my daughter gave me something that talk about jack of all trades, and I put it in my note: jack of all trade, master of. I'll bring it up in a bit and tell you what it is, but. The beauty about that is the thought that keeps running across my mind is that all those trades and anything that you've learned along the way you were, the things you used to do, it's really to enhance your bigger you and what you're going to do with it. So learn it, but don't stick with it, because then you can't get to the bigger stuff. Like, if you stay where you are right now, doing whatever that you used to do or feel comfortable doing, you're not going to get to that place that you're supposed to be at. And I thought, that makes a lot of sense.
Wow, Pat.
Well, let me start with Brenna. Brenna says change is inevitable. Always be malleable.
Yes.
There is going to be. Yesterday, the cells in your body are not the same. Some of them died off and they're gone. You know, your face, the dead skin cells. What would happen if we never ever scrubbed our face or whatever? We would have leather skin. But you're changing all the time, right? And then Pat says, just dump my iPhone 6 for the iPhone Pro. Love it. Now, see, the attitude is everything.
Exactly, right?
You could have kept the 6 and kept trying to take but if you're into photography and media like Pat is, it's going to make you work smarter and not harder.
You needed to upgrade. You needed that upgrade to get the best, so you can do the least amount of what you gotta do. And I found a note here, Petra sent me. Jane and Jack of all trades are master of none. That's what they say. But oftentimes better than master of one. Because if the only thing you know to do is this one thing, you're gonna be in a lot of trouble along the way. As the world has shown us these days, that you know, the people like me who got knocked for years that we know way too many things and our hand is dangling in way too many things, we're showing up now showing that no, it's not true. No, it's not true because we're eager to move forward and not stay where we were. We're eager to grow because we saw actually we're in the enjoyment of knowing that we can grow into something else.
Mm.
That's how I see it anyway.
Yeah. Learning new things keeps you young and vibrant.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I don't spend a whole lot of time over on Snapchat, but I need to be aware of
Yes.
what it's doing.
Mm-hmm.
And not just because of the kids, but because I need to keep up with what's happening. I don't want to fossilize.
Mm.
Right. Oh my God, I love that. You know, when my daughter showed me how to use Snapchat, I was thinking, I'm not gonna lie. She said, "Mom, it's easy. It's just this and that. Why are you trying to do more?"
See, because we are trying to bring the way we were into a new dynamic. Well, how come I can't do this? And
Yes.
how come I can't? Well, because they change it so you don't have to do all of that.
Yes. Yes. That's what I was told. I don't need to do all of that. This is what it is. 1, 2, 3. It's over.
Wow. And you know, they do have an expression, you're doing too much. Mom,
Mhm.
you're doing too much. Okay.
Yes.
And I think it's because anytime you improve on something, it makes the previous process look clunky. Does
Mm-hmm.
that make sense? You know
Yes.
what I'm saying?
Yes.
So
Yes.
that you're used to a clunky process, and
Mm-hmm.
then they smooth it out, and you're like, that's it?
Yes. Yes. There. Yes. Like what happened? Come to the other
Yes.
9 steps. That you know.
There's got to be more to this, and that's not the case. I think it's just really important to keep growing. It's important to be a lifetime learner,
Mm-hmm.
and when you stop learning or desiring to learn something new, you need to check yourself
Mm-hmm.
because then you're going down the other side of the mountain, and that's not a pretty,
Mm-hmm.
pretty place. Okay, it's
Okay,
not a pretty place. Stay open,
so
people.
so here's the thing. I can do groceries a new way.
Hmm.
Sprouts delivers the groceries. I don't have to fly to go get my groceries. And I'm like, I'm thankful I ain't gotta go fly to get my groceries.
Because if the weather's bad, could you imagine you're not eating?
Especially if you didn't get enough from the last trip. So um,
Uh,
but I can call a store or go online, put my order in, they will bring it. How much time has that saved me from doing it the way I was?
yes.
Get
Yes.
in the car, write the list,
Yes.
stand in line, deal with whatever you got to deal with at the store, the traffic and everything, getting there, or just call somebody and
Yeah.
have them bring it.
Yeah. But
And most
just the improvement of it. Guyana is close to Brazil, and so we needed a small plane to get to Brazil. But in between Brazil and Guyana, there's Latam. There's we're fighting about who owns which part of whatever. So the governments, I guess, had decided, you stop here in Latam and it's all the Guyanese, and then as soon as you walk like 2 feet, it's Brazil kind of thing. And so there's the customs over here, the customs over there, and this tug of war. I mean, when I went home, I heard none of that is happening anymore. They're just in one office, and you go and speak to either one. And that's that. They just, pull everything together. Not only that, they end up building a road that leads you right in. So you could literally drive over now.
Like
collaboration.
when we went to visit you in
Mhm.
Yes.
Canada,
Cross-
at Niagara Falls, it was literally a walk across the bridge. I was like, seriously?
Yes. Yeah. Same
Well, the line's got to be somewhere, right?
And it was just interesting. And there was things going on. I think something had just happened, and so they got people kind of on alert.
Mm.
And it's like, okay, but it's changed. We got on the bus stopped, we got off the bus, walked through customs, and then the bus had to come back around, and then we get back on the bus and go. We wanted to go just straight through, but there was barriers that we had to go through. And back in the day, you probably could have just walked over. Hey, how you doing? That ain't today.
That's how it was. Yeah, that's how it was.
We used to drive from Detroit straight into Canada. There was no, we didn't have to stop anywhere. The border was open. I guess is that what they call it?
Open, but different people did different things that causes all these
Wonderfulness.
Yeah, they have messed up the program for us, and now we have to do a lot of stuff like coming in 2020, I believe 20 or 21. You have to have a federally issued ID to get on planes and to do something here in the United States. You're not going to just be able to take your driver's license and go from state to state.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, when I heard it, because a lot of you guys didn't have passports. Like,
yeah,
I visited the States and I met a lot of people who's like, oh, my driver's license, that's all I've ever owned because I've never left the country. I just go state to state. Now you guys need it for everything.
Right. And so your regular California ID is not going to help you. Mm-hmm. You're going to need to get a federally issued one or a passport.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. And I was like, oh, interesting. And the passport is not yours. I learned that. It belongs to the State Department. It's
so what?
The fine print at the bottom always say that.
Oh my gosh.
It ain't yours.
Property of the government.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep.
Well, isn't that special?
So
I'm just saying.
So are you the way we were? Are you going to keep going the way you've been going? Or are you going to make the change? Are you going to do
you're just going to sit back and just die out? And you're needed. Doesn't matter how old you are. I watched a movie yesterday and this guy is nobody visited him in this whole little country, in this little village. Nobody really pay attention to him. He's gotten older, and this girl decided to go check up on him, and they were about to lose their library and some kind of historic other building, and they didn't have money to pay for it or anything. But because she went and visited him and he felt involved in the processes, next thing you know, at the fundraiser, they're doing a scavenger hunt, he got up on the stage and he said, I'm going to pay off the mortgage. The man had enough money. Nobody was paying attention to him in his little old house. But because they brought him in and getting him involved, he said, here's what I'm going to do because you have brought me really out of where I was, what I was doing. Right. I didn't think I had any purpose anymore. Really, that's the bottom line. He didn't feel he had any purpose anymore. But they going in and drawing him out, give him the purpose.
Natalie says the real ID does not prevent you from needing a passport. You still need a passport to travel in and out of the United States.
Right.
But to travel within, getting on a plane in the United
States to state,
you need
interstate,
federal ID.
Yeah. But some people, some people don't want to travel. And some people are scared of traveling. So I think that's one of the reasons sometimes people don't get a passport because traveling terrifies them. I mean, I know somebody died in the morning before they were to travel. Just literally hard to stop. I mean, it's a real big fear. And sometimes people take it lightly. I often think back about him and I said, if he had people who actually walk him through or get therapy or get, that sort of thing. But people, when he said, I'm afraid to fly, but it's like, get over it. Like, just fly. And his daughters bought the ticket and they said, Dad, you just got to go do it. Like, man up and do it. And, morning she went to pick him up. And he was dead.
Wow.
She could him and he,
wow. Okay. Here's the deal. When we refuse to grow, it constricts our world.
Right.
Okay. For example, you don't get the driver's license, the new driver's license.
Yes.
The interstate, the ability to travel interstate is constricting. Okay. No passport. The ability to roam the planet is constricted.
Right.
And when you will not learn something new, for instance, how to navigate on your phone, you're restricting your access to other information.
Yes.
Right.
So it's important for us to be willing to change.
Yes. Yeah, you ever see a baby? That's why most parents feel so tired with their kids, because they're like, the kid want to go and do everything. And you're like, don't touch that, don't go here, don't climb the stairs, you're gonna fall, don't. And we got so many don'ts on that little kid. By the time the kid gets to start, you're like, oh well, I'm not doing this anymore. I'm just gonna relax. And it's really us putting our self on that kid, saying you can, but we're really saying in our mind, oh my God, if they do this, what I'm gonna have to do, you know,
Right.
what is it I'm gonna have to do if they do this? And we're selfish. Like we don't like to say it, but we're selfish.
And see, I feel just the opposite. I've, I've always attempted to run an emancipation program. You know, from day one, this is not your destiny to stay in this nest. I don't understand this whole, you know, empty nest thing.
Mark said, I'm waiting for the federally issued chip in my head with automatic renewal to my credit card. And then he said, resistance to adapting and learning new things is the express lane to aging. That's when you truly get old. What's that newfangled thing they got over there, Marge? Okay. You're on your way.
Yeah.
Well, I can't tell you how many people have told me that they don't want to be on this internet machine. And I'm like, I hate to tell you this, but you're on this internet machine whether you want to be or not. If you get any kind of payroll check or benefits check or whatever, it's on somebody's internet machine, okay?
Yeah, because if you don't do it yourself and you go to, well, for here, the government, the federal or the provincial, somebody's going to put you to sit down at a desk,
right,
and try to walk you through.
Well, they're going to type it in for you. You understand what I'm saying? Your medical records are on the internet machine. Privacy is no longer a thing, people. Get over it.
Okay, so I'm just going to say it never was a thing. You just think it was a thing.
Because you didn't type it in. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's why you didn't.
There are a lot of jobs that and Kevin's job is one where he said you have to do everything online. They give you a password and a username and password. You have to go in and put your hours in on there. You're not punching the clock like this with a card. You have to go into the computer and put your hours and stuff in.
Yep.
And you have to track your own hours.
Yeah. Already next year, I'm going to put it on for my other company. I don't have it on right now, but it's getting automated that way come next year. So, because I'm not a specific person who hates putting in her time, she doesn't put in the right time. Oh, she drives me up the wall. So next year, she can't drive in the wall anymore because she just got to go put it in.
She's not going to get paid.
Thank you, Terry. That's exactly my point. And I've done it a couple of times, sir, but this time it's going to be different because it's not even going to be me. It's where she has to go clock in.
It's the internet machine. I have no control over the internet machine. You need to go to the wall and deal with
it. And this is why we talk about the tech on Friday and stuff. The government is just now trying to figure out how to use all this stuff. They still using Windows XP or something, but they haven't evolved in so many of the machines that you go to, and they sitting there trying to help you, and you're like, can you just push that button over there? We can get through. But they're using old tech. Trying to,
and I don't even know what button to tell them to push because the tech is so old. It's just like I don't even remember that. You know what I mean?
Somebody that was trying to get on the show, and we sent the link. Now StreamYard has made it really, really easy.
Oh, simple.
Real easy to get on the show. Right? Here's a link. Click in. You got to have Chrome, and you have to have a computer with a camera. Not one that you've attached up. You know how, okay, here in California, they have something called the surplus, where all of the older computers that the state of California use, and you can go to the surplus place and get you a computer for really, really cheap. It's been gutted. It's been gutted. But there is no, the technology is so old. Why are they putting it out to pasture? And why are you going to the pasture to get it?
I don't know. Unless you're going to be digging for the electronic parts, I just don't see any.
Well, I had a friend. Well, we're still friends, and her husband used to do a good service. I find I actually used to donate it. I would ask him for a few and find people and give it to you. Same program. But what he does is go inside, gut it, and when he give it to them, so older people or anybody who is having anything challenging that they themselves couldn't buy a computer, they're just getting benefits for disability benefits.
Mhm.
So I would clients of mine and people I know, I would say to him, like, I need some help. So what he go in and do is got it, but he wouldn't give you an old computer. Even though it looks old on the outside, he brings it up to par. Like he takes what out, put what in, and he looks after it. So when you get it, even though it looks old, it feel like this. It feel like a new computer. That's what he used to do for people. And I got him into some trouble.
Yeah. Brenda had to go. See you later, Brenda.
Hi, Brian.
Okay. So,
Oh. Fran, you're muted.
Fran, you're muted.
Mark says the first problem is evident when you are caught referring to it as the internet machine.
Okay. And then I can't tell you how many people tell me they don't want to be on that Facebook thing, but yet they want to run a business. They want to reach people. I'm like, okay, and that's their demographic. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, okay, people.
How do you not be online trying to run a business today?
I don't know.
I am clueless. It's like even at the mall, there's a lot of people who are in the mall, but everything in the mall. I went to Express. It's a clothing store, right? Sign up. Sign up for a text message, and you get 40% off. Blah blah blah. They're texting you to tell you that they're having a sale over text. Yep. They are not sending me a postcard in the mail.
I know a lady wanted to interview me, and I said to her, "Okay, we can do it on Zoom." And she said, "Zoom? No, it's going to call you on the phone." I was like, "No, you're not calling me."
Okay, so here's another dynamic that has changed. How many of you want somebody to come to your door unannounced? You don't.
All this cold calling and all this foolishness. No.
I'm gonna knock on doors. No, you're not.
Look, the Girl Scouts aren't even knocking on your door anymore. They are saying, go to our website and order your cookies.
Yeah, well, this year, I don't know if it's in the summer or early this year. We can't do it anymore. There's a ban on it. You can't come knock on anybody's door.
Okay.
You'll be charged. You'll be charged.
Okay.
If you come and knock on anybody's
door, like robocalling, huh?
You are going to be charged.
Okay, because it's like everybody has said no soliciting, do not come to my door. And that used to be a way for you to get clients, and you're passing out stuff and you're knocking on the door and coming over. Don't do that. And
Full of Brush Man.
Not me. She's like, I don't.
Remember the Full of Brush Man? He used to come and door to door, whatever. No, we're not doing that anymore, people.
The vacuum people too, they come and show you the vacuum.
Yeah, demonstrate. Girl, I'm not letting you in.
Mark says, when I interact with a business that does not have a website, I automatically disregard them. I think they cannot be serious.
Does this remind you of anything?
Even if it's page, even if it's just a page. Just
I fired my optometrist. I fired my optometrist because they didn't even do email. And I'm saying, wait a minute, I can't even get an email notification. I don't even read my email, but nevertheless, it's the principle, people. I'm just saying, if you don't even I can't even communicate with you through email. You know what? I'm wondering, are you keeping up with your occupational stuff?
That's all digital. The doctors and stuff have digital stuff, but you want to still stay in there with 50 million charts on the wall. And hold on a minute, and you digging through the charts trying to find mine, and you're not keeping up with technology and
You gotta keep up.
medical technology in the medical field is huge.
Huge. My doctor hated it. She says, Karen, I literally hate it. And my kids sit me down and they says, Mom, you go ahead and hate it. Go to the washroom and hate it. But when you go to work, you can't hate it. You're going to have to do it, right? And both her kids now are doctors.
And how about you can take a picture or share a FaceTime with your doctor to show them what's going on. And then instead of going in there and sitting all around like this while you waiting on them
and catching everything everybody got in the room. I'm like, my immune system's already compromised, allegedly. That's why I'm calling you. And now you want me to come and sit in a room with other people whose immune systems are compromised, and they may be even contagious. I think it's a blessing to be able to communicate that way with your physician.
True. I always say we're lucky because she will literally call if we have an appointment. Yeah, she's not techie to that extent, but she'll call, or well, not her, but the girls will call and say, listen, this is what's happening in the office. Unless it's terribly important, don't come. Cold, flu, whatever is happening, don't come in. Let's change the appointment. They're pretty good that way. I mean, she's not as, but her people at the front is. And she only hire the youngest of the bunch. She's got one big woman there. And not discrimination, but the young girls come in and actually do the stuff. So she just
I was reading something, listening to something, and they said when you hit a certain age, they're looking for the younger people to come in because they don't have to pay them as much as they pay you to stay there.
Oh, yeah.
Plus, you get lazy. And it's sorry to say this, but a lot of people, once they pass their 40s, they get so lazy, so comfortable, they don't want to do anything extra.
Well, at some point, people just don't want to learn anything new. They're ready to quote unquote retire. So they're like, I don't need to learn anything new for the next 2-3 years because I'm out of here. So they shut down a lot of times and miss a real window of opportunity because technology grows so quickly.
So quickly. I know somebody that happened to their mom. She was only in her 50s. I didn't think she hit 50. I think she was 49 when they let her go. And her daughter keeps saying to her, because she worked in a law office, she says, Mom, let me pay and send you back to school, right? Let me just pay and you go on a Saturday, one day a week. And she argued with that girl. And then in a year's time, they let the whole pack of them go because they were in the rut and they were on MS-DOT or whatever. And the company was changing over.
Exactly. Mark,
remember that, Terry?
So yeah, because the state had dedicated computers, so we called them dumb terminals. They only did the function that you wanted. One thing about the dumb terminal was nobody was coming in through the internet for sure.
Because nobody knew how to come in via the internet.
It's so old. I don't even think they had the technology to do it, Fred.
Yeah. Mark says, not to mention being forced to read those out-of-date magazines in the waiting room. I can only read highlights so many times when the puzzles have already been completed. Right?
Sorry.
The whole concept of the way we were. Be nostalgic. Okay, you can be Blockbuster too. And get real comfortable being nostalgic. That's the whole thing Coach Karen was talking about, the people who want to set up this whole automatic thing and then go sit on the beach and do nothing. The information changes too quickly. Things change so quickly. Even good computer companies, they keep stuff going. It's like, oh, wait, I got another little thing down here telling me I need to upgrade.
Yeah.
Update something on here needs to be updated.
Passive income is a myth that people got lied into. Sorry.
Right.
Passive income is a myth. Okay? Let me just say that, make that statement very clear. It eases your workload, sure, but passive income, people who have been thinking they were on it, most of them business has sunk, they're out of business, they're trying to recoup, they're trying to figure out how to come back around, because you can't just do and leave people alone. People need people. And so when there's an
Mm.
upgrade, when there's something, like if I bill out a Canva course now, within a month or two, I need to go in and tweak it because something has happened in Canva. So I need to go in and figure it out so I can tell people all the software stuff I know to do. You gotta go in and keep doing it. Like you gotta keep doing it, just in a different way. That's all. But yeah.
But there's different updates, like they move a button from left to right, and you're like, wait a minute, what happened? You go back in, the button's gone, the whole thing is different.
Yes.
Even here on StreamYard, they've got new features where you can now download the recording after the program to use it for whatever you want to use it for. You can download audio or video, and but if you just don't go in there or dismiss the emails.
Like Terry and I was here a day when that happened. Like the thing was changing, whatever they put up,
We were like, what? Where is the stuff? Yeah, that was interesting.
Yeah. So
it can happen overnight.
You gotta keep it. And also the other thing, if you're in a different country, this happened to a girl. She's a VA, and she didn't realize the timing was different from what she was doing with the people. And she told us, we were in a private Facebook group together, and she says she lost about 7 clients because they need urgent things happen, and she wasn't available, and they were mad with her, and she didn't realize she was those Normandy people who hop all over the country. And she's writing an article about now what people don't tell you about hopping around in different countries and what happens when time change and this change, and you can lose clients. Plus, your body gets tired because of that time change. So now you need to recoup your energy before you're able to serve well. And all of a sudden, you're like, I thought this is what I wanted to do, but. So, yeah.
And so, how many people realize that there was a time change over the weekend?
And they tell us, but yeah.
They moved the time that did the time change. Yeah. And so, and if let's say I don't watch a bunch of news, so I didn't hear it. Thank God for the computer that automatically does it.
Changes it for us.
Yeah.
And your phones too. Your phones change the time for you. So
phones change, computers change. In the kitchen, it says something else.
Yeah, the microwave and the stove, you got to do that manually. It doesn't happen.
Unless you have refrigerators that talk for you. But these things are happening. Change is happening all around us. The leaves are, it's fall. All the leaves are, okay, I can't remember how the song goes, but the leaves are gold now and stuff is changing and they're falling and whatever. Oh, here in California, the fire season is on. So the change is all of the utility companies are telling you we're shutting down power every so often. So now you get mad and have a hissy because they said we're turning off your power, but a year ago they told you they're going to be turning off power randomly. Go get a generator.
They have to do what makes sense. Like, come on. How could you be arguing about your home maybe getting saved by just doing these few little things? It's not the end of the world. I asked somebody the other day, I said, would you rather be dead or change to do this? Like, pick. You see how quickly she picked not dead.
Right.
Just saying.
They changed the policy at work. They changed something and it's not the same way. But they're supposed to do such and such. So you can stand there at the gate.
Yeah.
Stand there at the detour sign. I'm supposed to go straight. I'm supposed to have to go straight. Okay, you can stand there yelling at the detour sign, or you can take the detour and get to your destination. What?
All right.
Every time our trains, a certain time of the year, we all know it is the summer, it's awful. Weekends, it's awful with the train. They tell you it's a Nunks Friday. If you don't travel, you might know. But they're always doing work. But if they don't do those work on the train line, what's going to happen when you're traveling the train and the train don't go? Like, a whole bunch of people hanging. And this woman said to me, did you hear what happened? I'm like, yeah, where's the other train going to? She goes, no, we're here debating. And I thought to myself, debating? They just told us to get the shuttle bus.
Girl.
They just trying to get me.
This was a while back.
I'm off with track maintenance, people, please.
Thank you.
Road maintenance. They got more construction going up. There's more little red signs up in around here on all major freeways and stuff. I'm like, okay, God bless them. They're making it, they're widening the freeway so we can have space. I can sit here and complain about it, or I can take the surface streets. There's something I can do to mitigate the discomfort, but they gotta do this.
Nobody wants the mess, and it's the same thing goes for business. People don't like the messy part, but that's what gets you to where you need to be. It's going to be a mess, a whole chunk of mess. The people you're enjoying right now pass through their mess. You got to go through your mess.
You mean you're coming up with a different, you have to come up with a new concept or something. That means you got to pull offline, sit down, and work the problem out. You cannot do it while you're online in the midst of it. So having to stop, and maybe that's sometimes like, okay, we're shut down for an office meeting. Oh, I need to get that. I gotta be there. Okay, they're having an office meeting so they can serve you better.
Has to happen. It has to happen. If you're like going to the mall and you see the mall's looking nice and you pass and you see the change, while you're going to bed at night, somebody's there overnight doing an overall. My daughter is a store manager somewhere right now, and she came into like 2 one morning because the visual came in and this big stuff was happening and everybody was whining. Good, but you can get a different job there.
Yeah.
But because they're not only catering anymore to what's physical only. They're doing that there, but they're also online. So her job in the office, a lot of things happening also online, but people don't know that because they're just going by what they see in the store.
No, I think they want us to come in. I think some people want to have them where you come in and there's boxes all over the place because they're trying to get inventory out the box and hang it up, And
terrible. Terrible. Don't you hate that in the grocery store? If you shop early in the morning, they're in the aisle stacking shelves. Okay, and it makes sense because there are not a lot of people in there. I just happen to be an early morning person, but yeah.
And it's an inconvenience. They got to do it at some time. They have to do
exactly.
Yeah, because they're overnight, but you can't get enough done overnight. I don't know that people understand. People, what happened? People are again selfish, so they don't think beyond what's happening with themselves.
I think too. There's so much available 24/7.
No, that's
That was not the way business was done in the past. But things have what, Fran?
Changed. Oh, what a concept.
We just like what you call them? Amazon's going from 2 days to 1 day. It's in your door the next day. It's like what? And you know what? If you really want it, I'll come put it in your refrigerator, says Walmart. Okay.
Yes, when I saw that one, I was like, no. Okay, I don't mind change. I don't want you in my fridge.
No, I don't even want you coming to my door. I don't mind you bringing it to the door. Don't come in. I don't want you necessarily.
But you see, there is a demographic that needs somebody to put it in the refrigerator.
I agree.
Now, if I needed you to come in and put it away, yes. And see, that's the other thing about technology. You can now be not able to get up or whatever and punch a button to open the door for somebody and allow them to come in and do what they need to do, and without you having to get up.
Yes. Exactly. And there's so many people who live alone.
Yes.
Or who are incapacitated temporarily or even permanently who could use that service. And so it makes sense.
So let me talk a little bit about when we talk about change, and I talk a little bit about my other company. And so a lot of cleaning companies, a lot of people are the host of Airbnb, and they might have Airbnb in a certain part of the States, but they might live in a different area, or they have more than one. And so a lot of the young cleaning companies are the ones who is not into technology will get a text or an email saying how much you charge to do an Airbnb and blah, blah. And they think it's a scam because they're like, who would want to just send me money and didn't even meet me yet? And a lot of us in the group who do technology would say, well, if they're sending you the money, what's the problem, right? We're like, they're sending you the money. They didn't ask you for money. So what's the problem? You told them your price, and you know they sent you the money. Now you got to go perform the job. And so a lady was saying, she says, I've been cleaning for this woman for a full year, and I don't know what she looks like. I have never met her, but she pays me before I clean. I'm like,
Uh-huh.
there's no
And
issue
see,
there.
because they don't want all that hassle. I have a transaction coordinator. I have never met her. Her name is Terry, by the way, Terry. Um, I have never met
The
her.
people.
She lives about 80 miles from me, 80 or 90 miles from me. But we have talked online. We do transaction. Hey, Terry, what is going on? And everything is done online.
Right.
And I've never met her face to face.
Mhm.
Okay, I found this on the web.
Okay, stop.
Face-to-face.
I've never met her face to face
Yes.
at all. But I've been working with her for nearly 5 years now. And it's just,
Yeah.
Mhm.
You can work with people. You know, people talk about it like the trust factor, or this person's website don't have a lot of testimonial. And I said to myself, and me and a lady was talking about it online on Facebook group. We're like, you know, anybody can tell me anything I want to hear on her side. That doesn't mean A, it's true, or B, it's gonna work the same way for me. So I really love to work with people if I want to work with that person,
Mhm.
not
Mhm.
because of the testimonial. And I used to say this all the time, and not because of people degrees either, because there's, you know, I've met people with the lineup of degrees stack up so high, and I got off of that conversation feeling, you talk about messy and dirty and uncomfortable. I'm like, why did they even bother going to school? Like, they were just awful people.
Mhm.
With all these degrees, like, I don't want to serve them, I don't want to work for them, no shape or form, because they have so much education that the common decency of being a human has escaped them. Not a
Mhm.
lot, but I've encountered a few where I was like, thank you, Lord, that was so
I just think it's a matter of integrity. People either have character or they don't. Doesn't matter how many pieces of paper they have or not.
I agree, Terry.
some people are
It's about
characters.
character. Yes.
Some people are characters. And you just gotta like, okay. And
Yeah.
that's okay too, but then you learn how to deal with it. That's why the way we were, the characters are showing up right now. They
Mhm.
can't hide behind stuff that they used to hide behind. Now, you know, everything's online. I remember the lady that came on last Thursday, and she was talking about when you are online, if you're doing online dating, ask somebody to do a video call with you. Okay, because you can't hide behind the video call. You know what I mean? You're going to show your face. The technology is there for you to be able to do that. Before, you used to be able to type and say nice things behind the screen.
And before that, Frank used to write, because a friend of mine had a pen pal who this guy wanted to engage her, and then finally, because she'd never seen a picture of him, and he finally sent the picture. He would send it just how Terry said, like, right here, you see him, right? But nothing below his chest. And she said to him, I need a full picture of you. And he was in a wheelchair. Nothing's wrong with it, but he didn't tell her. So they spent a lot of time talking. She didn't know he was in a wheelchair. And when she
Uh-huh.
finally saw the picture, you know, it freaked her out. And I did say, I said, Don, but, you know, she goes, no, he should have told me, you know, initially.
This is a matter of character.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. She said
Nothing-
it took too long for him to tell me. I don't know what else he wouldn't tell me. So if she
Fear,
was there
fear
now,
will make you do a lot of different things.
And
But-
you
but-
know, I bet he'll learn from that. Be upfront.
Yeah,
yes.
exactly.
You're in a chair. You're not coming out of that chair. I mean, you're coming out, but that's your legs. Your chair is your legs. You gotta let people know.
Mhm.
There's my legs.
You know, come on, talk to people. And because people gonna find you online, the real you is gonna show up online. Keep your picture somewhere.
You can't hide forever. That's the truth. You can't hide forever. You can't. You if you're showing up online,
Look at Mark. Mark says, look.
Mark is such a joker.
Be amazed about how many people age 15 years and gain 75 pounds on the way to our first coffee.
You gotta love
Oh my
it.
gosh.
Or people who
It's so
use
true.
somebody else's
Oh my
picture
goodness.
for themselves. A woman said this,
Mhm.
and I was like, no, people wouldn't do that. Like, I'm who I am. She's like, Karen, I'm telling you, People send me a picture and then I interview them. And I keep saying in my mind, that's not the same person. That is not the same person. And I said, you didn't say anything. She goes, I couldn't tell them, but I was just inside saying, this is not the woman.
Because they send you their high school picture or their picture when they had the, is Glamour Shot still around?
I don't know, but I get it.
You go take the Glamour Shot picture with the fur or whatever, and you taking the Glamour Shot picture, but with makeup on forever.
So when you meet them now, you're like, oh, okay, oh.
Hello.
Oh my word.
Sometimes chicken, sometimes feathers, people.
Yeah. Just be true to you. Just be true to you and just keep growing you. The real you. So you don't have to worry about when you meet anybody how you're gonna present yourself. I think that's extra work.
Really? To hide and to wait. Okay, wait, I gotta go get this mask and put it on. Hold on. And you
and then I
it's like, what is Mark?
Mark
is a joker.
It's like hard day. What happened to you?
Oh my goodness. Well, guys, I just think change isn't change until you change. So
today is changed. Change is happening. What will you do? Are you going to stay stuck in the way you were?
Stuck in the rut.
Get up, and the only way you change is by getting up and doing something. I don't care if it's running upstairs or coming back down. That's the first step.
That's a good start.
It's a good start, right? You just do.
Well, so we don't want to stay the way we were. That's the whole premise of today's conversation. You don't have to be stuck the way you were. You can make improvements to go forward, and we're encouraging you to do that. Don't get stuck.
You guys ever see that commercial where the girl is on the, that belt where you send them your stuff at the airport, but she was looking for herself. She's looking to find herself in 1993. You guys, there's a commercial where she's looking. She said, "Oh my God, that's what I looked like in 1993." Never mind. It might seem somewhere in your mind. You think 1993 you look better or you did better, and then when you actually see it, you're like, "Yeah,
that's what we are wearing." What hairdo was that? I was like, okay. We can control what we're gonna look like now. The photographer had a bad day or whatever back in '93, and we
know a lot about light. Even the photographers, when you look back at pictures, they didn't understand how lighting affects as much as the ones that's doing it now. I would say, and they were good. But compared to the photographers now and what they can do, and because I tell my kids, I says, if you want to know how bad you look, take out a picture. Like a picture goes farther back than what you've seen in front. And when I was studying, I did a little photography class. I think I did one semester. I took photography, and actually a couple of semesters. I think I took it like 2 or 3 times because the different sections. You do the basic right up to what needed to. And the things I learned was crazy because I never thought of them. But when you take out somebody's picture, you see further than what's there. The lens really goes behind. And so when you see a picture and you're looking terrible, if you're feeling bad, the photographer captures that. That's what I like, because you might look like that in the mirror, but those feelings inside of you come out in the photo.
Yes. Right.
Yeah. I was
Mark's comment is you can either float downstream and learn to maneuver around the obstacles, or be the salmon in a continual struggle trying to upstream. You're gonna have work to do either way it goes. Floating downstream, you're like bobbing and weaving, but if you're the salmon, you're making strides to get upstream. So it's work either way.
Yes. And it's so important, and most of us here know we're in business. So you don't want to stay stuck where you were, where you are, for the districts in their field, what they're doing, they have to steadily be looking forward so they can help their clients. For me as a coach, I'm not the coach I was 3 years ago, even a year ago. You have to keep growing. You can't be stagnant, because who needs to hire a stagnant coach?
Yep. So anyway, thank you all for watching, and people who are stopping in on Periscope, and people who are on YouTube and Facebook, and wherever else we're sending this. We just want to say thank you for watching live and on the replay. Tonight is First Mondays. We'll be meeting up at Seasons 52 in Sacramento. If you are in the area, please drop by. There is no charge to do so. Is come in and hang out with us. Angela Lofton Moore will be sharing with us this evening. Gail Guest Brown was going to be here, but she's got to travel, so she'll be back with us in 2020. Just thank you so much. You could have been anywhere else, but you decided to spend some time with us this morning, and we appreciate it. Thank you, Mark. Thank you so much. Have a happy Monday to you too. And Coach Karen, thank you.
Don't forget to go to the front of your own line.
All right, we'll see everybody tomorrow. TJ from New York City will be with us talking tech and, actually digital marketing and social media. So we'll see you tomorrow. Thank you.
All right, guys.
Wonderful Monday.